Good morning, YouTubes. This is the Drive Time Rant, an unedited rant on the way to work. Yes, this is the Drive Time Rant, but boy, this is going to be a new style of rant. We already have what we want to say on the card this morning, and hopefully the new people who have been subscribing because of our new formatted channel, the Detroit Disney Duo, will really appreciate these new Drive Time Rant formats and the content that I will be talking about on them. And at the same time, the people on Facebooks that I used to see, how I used to do them was publish these on Facebook first and talk to my friends and all on Facebook, which I will be doing at just not during in the morning time, I don't think, because there's really barely anybody there, sort of. Anyways, it's a long story. So let's just get to the what I call the meat and the potatoes. The potatoes and the meat. But anyways, the crux of the issues. Let's just dive into it, as some people might say, and into the what I've written down here on my thing as exciting stuff that's going on that I think that's exciting. I'm sure there's a lot of. So I wanted to say that I watch a lot of YouTube, Disney YouTube channels. Let me explain about my history of viewing and how I kind of came across the new, I don't want to say new, but there's a lot of new people who are vlogging these days. So way back in, I've had a YouTube channel for about since 2009, so it's been about 10 years. I don't have a lot of subscribers as it is. We're only at 344, and I joined at a time when Philip DeFranco was still talking about news at his desk in his apartment, in a very simple apartment. I joined at a time when there was a lot of different other tactics that people were using to gain subscribers, like giveaways and not so great thumbnails in the middle of videos. You can edit your thumbnail. You had to do specifically. You had to find the middle spot of your video and just put it there. Yeah. So there was also, in the beginning of YouTube's when I joined. It was way different than what it is now. There was not a lot of vlogging. There was more acting per se that was going on. It was more like you had people like Lisa Nova and stuff like that. So anyways, I've been on there for a very long time and been watching YouTube. Eventually, I came across Adam the Woo, and from Adam the Woo, it kind of branched out from there, watching our other RVers, traveling vloggers, and that would also include Adam the Woo's friend Tim Tracker, who I started following then, and that's how I got into watching Disney vlogs. And so, as a person who likes Disney, I guess that's how I started watching everybody else, and then here we are today. So anyways, that's kind of like a brief synopsis of how I got to where we are now. Yeah, so anyways, so it's a great morning here in Detroit. It is, I like to talk about the weather briefly, always, on every Drive Time Rant. It is 66 degrees, kind of humid. It may rain, and like every day it may rain around here, just like it does in Florida, except Florida is way hotter than it is here, and most of the time. And it is 7 something in the morning. Anyways, all right. So one of the things we're going to be there soon. which is gonna be great. We're gonna be going to Disney again, and one of the things that I really want to try, that I'm really kind of seems kind of cool that they're going to be doing lately, is these pass holder photo pass locations, just specifically for the pass holders. Before, usually you could find the photo pass photographers throughout the park. They would take, they would roam around, as they always do still probably, and if you wanted a photo in front of something that was not the norm, or something like, not the spot that they chose, they would still do it. They would know what looks good. So I'm glad that they have chosen some spots that they will only take photos for pass holders, which is interesting. One of them being the Italian Pavilion in front of certain things in the over there at the Italian Pavilion. I know that we were in the I believe we were in the London area. I think that's where we were at, and we had a picture taken. Nobody else was taking their photo there until after we took our first photo there. Then there seemed to be, everybody was like, "Oh, that's a cool spot." So yeah, I think it's always great to as a pass holder, for things that are unique, just for pass holders only, and them taking photos doesn't cost them anything extra as a perk to the Disney to Disney World, and but it gives something kind of like a niche to the pass holders to have photos taking in certain locations, and then you could say, yeah, they won't take your picture there. So that's kind of sweet. Let's see here. Here's something I think maybe they could offer, and this is just a thought that I just had just now, is that they could offer you to hire, to pay for a Disney photographer that would follow you around and take photos anywhere you wanted to, whenever you wanted to, and just take pictures and whatnot. I think that would be kind of cool. Maybe they already offer something like that. I do know there's other people who run a business based on that already that is not Disney, but I don't know that Disney offers that themselves. They could, and I could just not know about it. But I think that would be really kind of awesome and sweet. And of course, you would look like you're some type of superstar while having such pampered photography following you around, having your own photographer from Disney itself. Anyways, let's see here. The Skyliner, it opens September the 29th. Am I enthused? It looks great. We have a somewhat kind of a Skyliner system in Cedar Point, and I have never gone on it. I'm not very keen on heights. Even the monorail kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies sometimes when we when we go by the water over there by the Grand Floridian. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be going on it. I think that it's going to be great for those people who are not afraid of heights. I don't know how hot it's going to be yet. I'm sure people, the very first day it opens, they'll be telling you how hot it was and how their experience was, and that's what I'm looking forward to hearing about. I'm looking forward to hearing about exactly all the comments, positive and negatives, come the 29th of September, or maybe even sooner if we get surprised and they go, hey, it's open. So yeah, I think that's gonna be great. And so September the 29th, and I think somebody had a video that had maybe some of the employees are already trying it out. The cast members are already. They have some that are already volunteering to go on it. That's awesome stuff. They're probably sworn to secrecy about telling them what they think. Anyways, let's see here. The Pepperoni Spring. Oh yeah, so they have a brand new in Adventureland. Tim Tracker is a guy that tastes every spring roll in the Adventureland I call it the spring roll spot. I can't remember exactly where it is, but to tell you right now, if you go there, it's the same spot always. And they've had the the cheeseburger spring roll before, and some other spring rolls that look very, very tasty. And so I'm pretty stoked about the addition of the pepperoni spring roll. So now I don't know how many spring rolls they're offering at this point in time down there, but there was at least 3 before, and now they're doing a pepperoni. And for you people who love pizza, I mean, I think everybody should be liking a pepperoni spring roll, unless you don't like pork, or there could be beef pepperonis, who knows. But for those people who don't like pepperoni, this is not the spring roll for you. Maybe they still have the cheeseburger spring roll. Anyways, so my wife is a Tom's shoe, the shoe brand named Tom's. She is a very big fan of Tom's, loves Tom's, and I have one pair of Tom's. But anyways, if you like Tom's, the shoe brand, Disney has collaborated with Tom's, and they do have a Tom's Star Wars shoe print, which is pretty sweet. I have to say that it even looks really nice. Very well done. And a lot of time, and here's another thing, when you buy Tom's, usually they're always giving some of the portions. I don't know if it's always, but in the past they've given part of the portions to a good cause. So I don't know if they're giving part of the portions for this particular shoe to a cause or not. They could be, and I'm going to look into that and try to find out if that's true or not. It'd be really kind of cool if they were giving like to the same wildlife foundation that Disney has, or something like that. That would be really, really cool. Or if they had even more than just a Star Wars shoe, they had like a whole lineup of different shoes. That would be kind of sweet. So I think there might be. I wouldn't be surprised if they extend and go and make the lineup of Disney Toms and have more characters on the shoes than just Star Wars in the future. And they may have done this in the past. I just may have not known about this. So maybe you've seen a Tom's that had like a Winnie the Pooh or Mickey Mouse or something like that. If you have, put it in the comments section below. Okay, so on to Epcot, the Mickey and Pals spot. It's what time do we got now? It's the Mickey and Friends spot. It's closing, believe it or not. And the Mickey's spot, Mickey and Friends spot in Epcot is closing. I'm not sure if they're demolishing that building or not as part of the new making room for stuff. But it was really a great place that you can go and catch all of the all of them, Mickey and Friends, in one space. It was a really great location. So now they're going to be spread out all over the place. You'll have to go tracking them down, and you won't be able to get them all at once like you used to. So if you're going, I would say, you know, if it was really a great spot for those people who were not on a dining plan, that didn't go to like a place like that had them all there, you know. And it's, some of the places don't have Minnie Mouse, so I think we went to like what was it? One of the, it was in I think it was in Hollywood Studios or somewhere that we went to. One of the character dinings had Mickey and Minnie and Eeyore and Tigger. I think it was Hollywood and Vine, if I'm not mistaken, and they had them all there for the most part. They even had Donald Duck and whatnot. So and Maisie Duck, all in the same place, which is fantastic actually. So, but not everybody can do a dinner like that, you know, for their entire family. It gets super expensive, and the Mickey and Friends spot was like superb for those people who weren't able to do that. So, anyways, here's what I have to say. I hope that eventually they get them and reunite them all together in one place, and make a new Mickey and Friends spot. Yeah. Okay, so the Rainbow Tunnel, if you remember, Adam the Woo had a video about this, but he's probably not too fond of, but anyways, a long time ago, in the place above the Mouse Gears, I think that's the store in Epcot, that is really big. When you up above that is where the DVC lounge area is for the Epcot, for the DVC member lounge, and there is where they have the tunnel for the Rainbow Tunnel, where Michael Jackson, if you go online, you can see a picture of him, and it has the lights. It's a really cool thing. So that is returning, and when everything is built back up again, and changed, and it's going to be very, very interesting when it's done. What will happen to the DVC lounge? I think the DVC lounge is going to be moving, or not be there, not be in Epcot at all anymore. It's something that we'll have to see it happens for the DVC members, but the tunnel is going to be part of something new that they've already announced, and I can't wait to see it. It'll be like reminiscing over the fact, like, I went down the tunnel that Michael Jackson went down. Anyways, all right. So finally, the last thing I wanted to talk about for a couple minutes is that there's a rumor, or there was a news article about Disney buying Blizzard, that they should buy Blizzard, and I think that would be a really interesting buy. I don't know that Activision Blizzard would sell themselves to Disney, but I don't put it past Disney to be trying to buy them. There are Disney Star Wars video games that people play that are kind of similar to World of Warcraft, where you have quests and you go do stuff like that. And also the World of Warcraft team. As you know, there was a World of Warcraft movie that was really great, and so they have and the way that they create World of Warcraft is phenomenal, and they have a lot of creation going on there, and of course Blizzard is right in Anaheim, their headquarters, which is right next to the Anaheim Convention Center, which is right across from Disneyland, and it's kind of like in the bubble of there, and so I think that it would be a match made in heaven. They would kind of own Blizzard, and then they could also I think they could elaborate on Pandora even further, and I think it's just a dream now, but I think they could have a World of Warcraft characters. I mean, nothing like seeing an orc or a human paladin, or now I'm just going off in another direction, but those things there. So anyways, thank you for listening to the very first Drive Time rant about Disney, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I'm going to try to bring more Disney stuff onto the Drive Time rant. I think this is these are great things to discuss. I just had a lot of fun talking about what I think about things, and I think it's going to be really great. So make your comments below, share and subscribe, and you guys have a great one. See you later. And for now, as I do always, over and out.